Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we got a little bit of a surprise after the maintenance with Pirate Rumble characters getting improved character stats. Now, this is a big one. This one's actually a huge one because as we scroll down this list, all the legends that you see in this list are all PvP legends, and something that they all have in common with this new update is they all go down to 20 cost in PvP. Every PvP legend, if it is a PvP exclusive legend, all the way from Enel, all the way down to Apu, Shinobu Raizo, Ivankov, Kawamatsu, all of these characters are now 20 cost units. This is absolutely absurd because having a 20 cost PvP legend on the team means you can just throw all these characters together and run some absolutely absurd things. Slashers are going to go to the absolute wazoo with this new update because running an 8-man slasher team or running some class-based teams with these units is going to be absolutely crazy. But in today's video, we're going to go through all of them, have a look at their buffs and what else changed. Now, before we dive into the PvP legends, one particular character did get an actual buff in Grand Party. They finally gave Uta, Top Musica that is, 2-turn activation or 2-time activation for her burst. It never made sense for her to have one when Roger was always running around. It's too late for the character anyway, but it's nice to see that they can actually do this with the unit. But let's go all the way back to the top here. Let's take a look at Enel. Enel's buff went from a 1.1 damage to 1.65. This is actually a monster upgrade. Plus, Psy teams never really had much bench option, so now you can run Enel on a side bench, and it just goes to the absolute wazoo. On top of that, they've also added, like, type advantage in Rumble, where increasing damage to int characters by 30% is a thing for Enel being a Psy unit, but that 1.65 is actually really good, because he pops his special off very quickly, very fast. You can run him in the front, you can run him in the back, and it's going to do a lot of really, really good things for your teams. The big upside is like that 20 cost, man. I just can't stress how powerful that is. Kumar goes down to 28-second cooldown, which is a massive buff because he's a big damage dealer. He doesn't really need to be on a strength team anymore. He does more damage to dex characters and go down to 20 cost. I don't think Kuma's going to see play after this. You might run him on a bench, I guess, for a strength team now, but like, yeah, like just a 20 cost, like making these units bench units is crazy. Your rogue increases damage to Psy characters by 30%. This is good because he was always doing a lot of damage to Psy. He's a 20 cost unit, but Int is just bad at the moment. Smoothie gets an absolute monster buff being a 20 cost unit because that quick slasher team with Roger Odin, Hiyori, Momo, now Izokiku, Shiryu, all of those PvP units are now going to be 20 cost. And it's absolutely bonkers. It's just bonkers. Actually, did I even see Izokiku on this list? Garp goes down to 20 cost, increases damage dealt to quick characters. Garb didn't really get too much of a buff. It's kind of whatever. Izokiku is actually a treasure map unit. I totally spaced on that. Ignore that. But Smoothie being 20 cost means you can actually bring Izokiku into the lineup. What's his name? Orochi, increased damage to strength characters. Driven Powerhouse is in not a good way right now, and you're probably not going to run him too much. But look, having that option on the bench and not taking up 55 cost is really good. Page 1 got a bit of a buff here. He targets 3 enemies with low current HP for 3,000 fixed damage instead of 2, and now targets another 3 enemies with low current HP for 1,500. Look, Page 1 was never getting run anyway, but look, here we are. He also does more damage to Dex characters, and he goes down to 20 cost. Apu increased damage to Psy, which is good, because he's always doing a lot of damage to Psy. It just means you can run more Legends on the Int team. The problem with the Int team is that it didn't really need that, because it has a lot of PvP rare recruits. But now you're just going to be running like an Int team that's all like 200 cost. Ivankov does 2.5 times damage instead of 1.5. That's actually a pretty big buff. Cerebral Quick isn't really a thing. But he does... Yeah, it's not really a thing, to be honest. He does more damage to strength now, and he's obviously 20 cost. Kawamatsu. Now, Kawamatsu is a massive one for me, because slashers never have, or haven't really had, besides the lore, a PvP rare recruit. But now this opens the door to running an 8-man team very, very nicely with Kawamatsu in the front line. Plus, they added targeting 1 HP for attack of 3 times, which is very, very good. Like, he was always good in terms of giving cooldown reduction. He was giving really good stats, but he wasn't really helping out with the damage out aspect. And now you can just slap this guy in the middle and just let him go to the absolute wazoo and die, and then have a bunch of units come in the back. Plus, he does more damage to int characters if that's a thing, but that 20 cost is crazy. And the final one, the biggest one of them all, Raizo Shinobu is now 20 cost. Again, for slashes, you can throw this unit on the back end. Strength teams, you can throw this unit on the bench. Like, this unit is so good in Rumble, and now you can just throw them on the bench of pretty much every single team. So, absolutely wild. So, we're in a crazy meta shift now. Like, it was a big game changer when they did this to the 5+ units, but now they're doing it to the PvP Legends. Absolutely mind-bogglingly good, like, for Rumble. Like, and for now the diversity and the strength of teams is going to go actually even higher. So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.